All right, here we go. Welcome to another day of working on
Duranki.
We're still in the design phase and sort of still stuck on it. So I put out a flare to say I need help, and someone has shown up to help out with that. That's Noah, and Noah's on voice comms right now. So you want to say hello, Noah?
Hi, my name's Noah, aka Bane Games. I've known Greg for a couple years now since we kind of started doing the Badger stuff. But as far as my own personal stuff, I've got about 10 to 15 years working in technology.
Hold on. Oh, we lost some images in the design, by the way.
Whoa, what happened?
Illustrator happened. That's what happened.
$1 billion company, man.
$1 billion company. So let's get into kind of what we're going to be working on today. Yesterday we kind of hit these screens for deployment, and deployment is the part of the app where you're going to look at the servers that you've provisioned, look at the components in those servers, and make decisions based on the data that you see to either scale them up or scale them down, or break them out into their own hosts or whatever. So it's probably easily the most important part of an app like this. I like this series on the top. I think that's really great. I think what we could do is on the second screen, show this high resolution, and then you can tack into any one of these and expand it and sort of say like, okay, for CPU, let's see that expanded. Let's make it so I can mouse over it and find out like what was eating up the CPU.
This is my issue with it. So you have so much data. There's just simply too much. Like in a real world scenario, when you're likely going to have a crap ton of these tiled out, not just a single one, this will never scale. Like it just doesn't fit the picture. So yeah. So what if we take that idea of the max and move it into this screen as well, to where in our time range here, we display individually what the max is for the past X number of time.
So if we have a range that this thing can be, and then we had like a label for it, CPU, and then that's not a P. Okay, yeah. What if you had like an indication of max, and then you had current, right? And this is like a gauge filling, and like if you wanted to add a graph element in, maybe like just a small indication of graph. Like what if it came down and like made a graph right underneath it, just like micro graph. So if we have this, then what we're really kind of coming around to is there's a second screen. There's a second screen called stats.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're going to see the big blowout.
Okay. See you later. Goodbye. That felt good. So now we got all this real estate for activities. Okay, let's make that tiny guy. Yeah, there's a little gauge. Let's just go big boy. There you go, big boy. There you are.
That's big guy.
And let's do an indication of max. Okay, so if we had a graph, where to start? Maybe start it here. Let's get a quick idea what it would look like. Not great. Not great. They make CPU a little bit smaller.
And then what about the real, how do we plan on putting the real value as a numerical number in this at all, or are we purely just gauging it?
Just gauge it.
Okay, cool.
Just gauge this guy.
Like, we're a little over 50%.
Yeah. Is that the way? Is this the way? You just like...
Oh, that might be. That actually looks really good.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. You draw it through.
Yeah.
Let me try an area on this. So what if we complete the circle? Okay. That's not horrible. It's weird. I don't know about this guy. We got to show it.
Oh, what if it 3 pixels though? And say, what if it's just a circle, like a red dot?
Dot. That could work. That's it. Look at that guy.
Oh yeah, no, that's the winner.
See you later. Smell you later. Crappy design. Is there anything else we want to add to this, or did this just do it? Did we just get this figured out?
I mean, I kind of think we just kind of did it.
It just kind of happened. Yo, that's not bad. It looks like audio interface.
That actually looks really, really close to some of the tools that I see in like Ableton.
Crazy. Okay, Rammy boy. Let's make it so you're at like 100% RAM.
So one question. Let's if the dot's at 12, meaning is that 0, or are we saying that's 100?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's the problem with these gauges. I think you brought up that's a real good point. Okay, so we can definitely control the label to be 3 characters, right?
Yep.
So let's pull this over. Uh-oh. We have slowness in the interface. Oh, geez.
Oh, man. Control S while you can.
I don't want to. I'm a little... Oh, no. It's happened.
It's back.
We got it. Oh, geez.
It's an Easter egg, man. You got to hunt for it.
Easter. Oh, I see something over here. What is it?
There you go.
What is it? Ah, it looks like a modal. I don't know.
So the question there is, does it actually go away when you clear it all off like that?
Is it just it's deleting from the
idea.
From the AI file? It's just it's really funny though. Like whatever they're using to render it is obviously freezing, right? Like it's not getting a refresh, and then it's completely crashing.
What if you? So hold on, dumb question. You just tried alt tabbing out of it, like dropping it from your display and dropping it back up.
Sure, let's try it. Down.
And then just pop it back up.
This looks great, Noah.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
All over
you got
again.
to level 2 now.
Level 2. What else?
Level 2.
Yeah. What else can we find here? What's funny is it still respawns. So watch this. If I hit Z, which is zoom, and I zoom it out 3 times, right? And then we'll alt tab it. It will have performed that. So now we're looking at a different thing.
That's jacked up, man.
Yeah. What do they do? How do you do this?
I don't know, but that's. Oof.
Yeah. What are we working on here? We're gonna try this with Noah. Do you remember the exact iteration we're doing?
Put the hatch on the top. We want to put it separated
Smart.
because the edge case right now is the 100.
Do we want to put it on the top or on the? Well, yeah, because we want to put it on the top because if we put it on the bottom, it's gonna kind of jack up this little guy here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think putting it at the top, and then if it's at 100, it'll be on the left side where the gap for the gaps first starts, and if it's at 2% max, it'll be on the right side. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Brilliant. We did it. We made a new thing in the world. Okay. Moment of truth. Will it do it?
Will it blend?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, I think it's because it's so contained.
Yeah, the circles get it.
Yeah,
It's definitely, I've never seen this before.
that's good then.
There is a question here though. So disk is a gauge, right?
Yes,
Is
but I
net-
know the question.
Is net a gauge?
Net is not technically a gauge.
Yeah.
Do I care about transfer though?
Do you care about how much is moved?
I'm not really.
Do you care about the net at all?
No, I mean, think about it again like this. If net is pegged, something else is happening, right?
Yeah.
Because your CPU is going to spike, your RAM's probably going to spike, your disk IO is probably going to spike.
Okay. See you later, net.
Ooh.
What is the U for?
I just think it's so, you know how you have that nice gradient background on the far left side?
This thing?
Yeah, those guys. Yeah. What if you put that as the background on this for the overall on that specific thing?
Really?
Super low opacity though. Super low. Just it's
We
basically a background image.
We could fade it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think might look really slick.
It might look horrible.
It might, but it might look really
I
slick.
think 90% chance looks good. 10% chance, worst thing we've ever seen.
I'll take those odds, man. Ooh.
That looks really cool, man.
Oh man, that's that 90%.
Yeah, okay. Let's get something behind the text here. Come on. There we go. Ooh, it's so good.
Ooh, I think that's a winner.
Let's see. Let's build our use case out a little bit here. So we're going to do another screen, but not now. Now we're going to just build this out, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so our use case here is going to be based off of this stack. So this is an EC2 AWS 1, which is a host instance. The host instance has a platform on top of it, which is indicated here with the word platform and no other way. Then inside of this, it actually contains a component. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to need to show the hierarchy of that. So we remove that. Maybe we can move it in a little bit.
I would vertically align web main and component. Now it's only 2 lines instead of 3. And then maybe you can just scoot it in to the right, just barely.
I think we got to scoot this whole tack in, like this whole
Yeah. Like scoot the whole thing in.
Okay, so let's try to work this element in and then figure out if there's anything that's got to change. I do think that like the thing that these components do that's a little bit different, we do have a different button over here. We have move instead of scale. And then we need to connect it sort of show that it's, because this is like double reinforcement at this point.
Okay, so dumb question.
Go for it.
The far left side where we have our connection situation there, why don't we just lose the background of the green dot and use that same type of layout?
So what do we do there? Oh, we draw into it.
All right.
And I don't think we need to screw around with these things too much. I'm just going to change it a little bit. What are we running on this thing? 512 gigabytes.
All right, that's a big boy.
Okay, now we have an offline component, or an offline host, which is a worker mailer. In fact, the workers, we're probably going to say that these are cluster boxes with one inside of them. So because you've said it's a horizontal scale, what it actually looks like, I'm going to draw this instead of do it, because we might in fact want to do this, is that there's actually a child right here. Because,
okay.
Right? Because you've set up a cluster, and even if the cluster doesn't have any children, it's still a cluster. It always has one child. Maybe when it's just the one, it always tucks. And then, when we get to the point where there's 15, then we got to figure it out. How do you display that? And we don't want to get crazy with it, but it might just make sense to tile these guys out. That's cool. Okay, so let's just like play this out a couple ways. So if you had 2 of these, it would look kind of weird. If you had a ton, it's going to look great. So at 2, it doesn't look great.
How we do the connecting lines
between these guys?
No, mainly from the top and down, top and bottom.
From between these things. You're just going to have one go down like this if the count is something. Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Let's get rid of them. Yeah, let's get rid of them. That's going to be a problem. Yep. 1000%. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of good that we had this one here and then we have a second one after it to see what this is going to encapsulate like.
And I think that actually looks pretty good.
Step back from it for a second. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Let's just look through this. So I'm a little worried about the controls because I think we might have missed one. When you break components into their own hosts like this, they can scale or move. That's what it is. It's any of these, now that they're in their own host instance.
Yeah.
You could say, forget that, stick it back inside this thing.
Right.
So they have another button here, scale, and then they have move as a 5th button.
Okay.
I have something in my head. Like, what if we can remove some of these, create like it's a control panel that's always exposed, give it a little more space, take the button so they're not running vertically and run them horizontally.
Yeah.
We don't got the space for that. We don't have the space for that. Hold on. Why are we working with so little space? So stats and console are the 2 that are always going to be there. And then it might be scale or move. Okay. So we'll give scale its own row and stats and console will sit above it. Now, before we go any further, we know that can go up to 4 buttons up here. So we might as well design for that. So refresh, reboot, update, and manage. Update. Why would you need to update? You think it's like, why would you need to hit that button? Rebuild containers with the latest stable images. Oh. So that doesn't fire automatically. You would just have to be aware that something was patched out. Why do you put it there? Yeah, you have a button up top that says updates, and you light it up if there's updates.
Yep, I think that's the best way.
Yeah. Okay. So it's up here. Yeah. Okay. So manage needs to stay in there. What is this icon they use for manage? It's like, what is that, a volleyball? I don't know. So really, it's really just details and I think it's information on the server stack. So I would go with an I, just the letter I with the whatever. We use it up here for the same type of thing.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, call me crazy, but I think we got this screen figured out.
I think you are actually 100% correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. No, I really appreciate your help, man.
Hey, always, anytime.
Yeah, I felt like this was a fun stream. I feel like having you to pair with on this made it so we could move through this stuff like pretty confidently. And you had some great ideas to add to it. I think we had good chemistry there. But yeah, it was great having you guys around. Hit that
subscribe button.
Join our Discord. See you around. Have a good night, guys.